What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Ernie, Blerd without fear.
And I'm Maria Park from Approach the Nerd.
Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today I told you guys we were going to talk about it. We were going to talk about Crisis on Infinite Earths, the back half, second part, part 4, part 5, whatever they want to call it, whatever it is. First off, before we get into all that, I want to go and say right now, I need to call the police. Matter of fact, I'm calling the police right now. Y'all think I'm bullshit. I'm literally,
No, you're serious.
I'm seriously. I have right here, right now, I literally have 911 pulled up on my phone right now because I want to talk to the police because I want to report how many counts of character assassination are we going to talk about?
At least 30.
Here? There's at least 30?
At least
30 counts. I actually want to say it's probably closer to 40. I don't know. Thing is, I want to report, I want to report it because I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with the Arrowverse. I'm done with Flash. I'm done with Arrow. It's over anyway. I'm done with Legends of Tomorrow. I'm done with, I was already done with Supergirl. Can't cancel what you've already canceled. And you know what, even more importantly, you know what, I'm gonna keep watching Black Lightning. But all those other shows, every other show, look, I'm about to go into bad luck Fale mode. Go.
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy.
Before we get started, if you want to see more awesome comic book videos like this one, it only takes 2 clicks to become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. Click.
Well, now that we've established that.
So, Maria, you and I have watched Crisis on Infinite Earths. Matter of fact, you've already done a review talking about your thoughts.
That is a rant.
On,
A rant.
I was going to be kind. I was going to say it was a video.
We are real. Come on, that was a rant.
But you did one on your channel, Approach the Nerd. By the way, link in the description and in the comments below. That said, I'm curious because you held back a little bit.
I was waiting for you. I reserved my best stuff for right in this moment.
Right, see, and
right now.
And you know what? And I appreciate that. Yeah. That's love.
That's love.
Now, that said, let's get into it, okay? So, for those who don't know, we are not going to talk about the first part. We've already talked about it. That's done. That's a wrap.
That ship has sailed.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Go watch that video. It's somewhere down below. Anyway, what I want to talk about is because we kicked off with part 4, and of course, all these characters have been not Thanos. They have been not snapped. They have been not decimated, or whatever you want to call it. What is really going on?
See, I've been trying to figure that out because I feel like the last 2 episodes were not necessary. Because,
could it just have
honestly,
ended?
just ended with everybody saying, bloop, Paragon's over there, Lex Luthor did his crap, and just like, you know what, it really is a crisis now on Infinite Earth. Because what happened in 4 or 5, that was not a crisis, that was just sad. It's crisis on infinite stupidity. So, I'm being real. Now, please, I know some people probably are triggered. I'm a very nice person, but when it comes to my opinion, I don't care if you're triggered because it's the truth, and you gotta speak the truth.
Hey,
the truth. You gotta be authentic to yourself. Crisis
in the heart.
Earth sucked.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's be real. Last time we talked about, we were actually being kind.
We were
actually being real kind.
We look for good things about things.
We were trying to be positive, even though technically there was a lot of negative. We tried real hard to be positive.
You can't exclude the negative when you're being real. So
exactly. Let's ask the question I think that everyone should be asking. What was the point of the monitor?
Hell, what was the point of the monitor?
Actually,
what's the point in general?
More important, Well, I mean, the thing is, and I guess we can knock this out in one. Okay, so the monitor, he's a moron. He's a moron. He is a moron.
Okay,
he is not smart
He's not
at all.
He is not. So, okay, and I talked about this with you on the phone. So, if Monitor gave the Book of Destiny to Lex Luthor, which he didn't, Lex Luthor stole it, but he allowed it.
Yeah,
because
he
the
allowed
Monitor's
it to
supposed to
happen.
be able to control all the fates of everything. So, he gives this book to Lex Luthor for what purpose? To run off with it, to kill all of the Supermans so he gets the correct Paragon. And then one of my friends did a video and he mentioned something about this and I thought the exact same thing. How did he know that Lex wasn't going to go to Kingdom Come Superman first and kill him first? Then Paragon dead. So I guess my question is, Monitor, what the heck were you doing? Not only that,
Why?
and if Lex Luthor could use the Book of Destiny to scratch out his name, scratch out Kingdom Come's name, or Superman's name, and put his name and him basically becoming the Paragon of Truth, which is freaking hilarious. Why did Monitor just say, okay, who's on the ship here? Who's on the Wave Rider? Okay, hey you want to be the Paragon? Let's scratch this name out and write your name.
Well,
I mean, what's the point?
Well, I mean, I think it's funny because let's talk about the word paragon. A paragon is someone who exemplifies
those qualities.
The like. If I say, "Hey, you're a paragon of virtue," that means that you are someone who exemplifies all of the qualities. Like basically, you are the living embodiment of virtue. Now, granted, when anyone calls you a paragon of something, they're speaking facetiously, but at the same time, it's like.
Well, I'm a paragon of amazingness, so maybe
I mean, to be fair, I'm just a paragon of ain't shit. So there you go. By the way, hashtag ain't shit squad. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know the vibes. Anyway, my thing is the whole time I'm watching the Monitor, I'm like, honey, what is you doing? This guy, the Monitor, he stays. Now, to be fair, the Monitor not that bright in the comics either. But
true.
The thing is.
But brighter.
He is brighter in the comics than he is in this. Not only that, but what about the Anti-Monitor? The Anti-Monitor, I felt like he was the most easily
defeated.
He was the most, like, of all the crossovers they've done, he was the most easily clapped villain they have ever faced. They had more trouble out of the Dominators. They had more trouble out of Vandal Savage.
Heck, the Nazis in Earth X were more of a challenge.
Crisis on Earth X was more of a problem for these guys. You know the only reason why the stakes were high?
Because there were 5 hours?
Yeah.
I mean, 5 episodes.
Well, no, technically 6 hours because one of them was 2 hours.
Yeah.
For Christ's sakes, God only knows why. He literally got pieced up. The second he put, now granted, the part 4, yeah, did he put it on him? Yeah. Kinda, sorta, but not really. And it was only because they were surrounded by antimatter, which is probably the one thing that actually kind of gave him a boost there.
Yeah.
But in part 5, when he finally shows up after first off, they're out here running fades on the Shadow Demons. They are running fades.
We're gonna call them that.
I think that's what I remember.
I can't remember.
I forget what they're actually called in the comic, but I remember
Shadow Wraiths or something.
Shadow Wraiths or something like that.
Yeah.
But Martian Manhunter literally calls them Shadow Demons at one point. Like when they're fighting them at the end. So that's what I'm called.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter said it is true.
It's got to be true, right?
Gotta be right.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, my problem here is that after they clap up the Shadow Demons, and actually even during this, questions were just running through my head the whole time. I was just like, okay, wait a minute. Why is Ryan Choi so easily bare knuckle brawling? A guy who hasn't been in a fight in his entire life is out here running fades that Oliver Queen couldn't? Ollie, you are literally the worst. Like, you are the absolute worst.
So, like, you mean to tell me that the paragon of humanity, the science nerd, can take out the Shadow Wraiths, but Oliver loses his life? And Oliver's had how many seasons of Arrow to train for this fight?
There have been, 8 seasons of Arrow up to this point?
Yeah,
or
but
something
every
like that?
punch I take, every kick I make has led to this moment. No, it really didn't.
You know what it has?
Ryan watched a YouTube video without their kicking butt, so I mean,
Look,
I'm just saying.
Ryan was watching our boy Groove.
If y'all know who Groove is, you'll meet him soon. He'll be on my channel.
Yeah.
But he's been watching our friend. But so yeah, there was that. That was extremely annoying. Plus, we're not talking about the previous episodes. I'm just going to mention something because it doesn't make sense. So like in that fight, the last one with Andy Monitor, because we're talking about that. So him and Oliver face off, and then like this light blast out of Oliver's head, like his forehead. Like it's just like a Sailor Moon thing going on. I don't know what's happening, but he's creating a new multiverse or new worlds. Because that's what Ollie does. What were the Paragons doing? They were just standing there holding the Book of Destiny. It's like, we need this book to stand here and pose.
Also, you know what? No. I'm glad that you brought up that part, because I want to say something, and once again, I'm picking up my phone because I'm calling the police.
Heck, I might call him too.
I am calling the police because I just want to point out that Oliver Queen, and here, for those of you who are wrestling fans, you say I got the Inner Circle shirt on, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know the vibes. But I'm not gonna channel the Inner Circle here. I want to channel another little group that I follow. And I want to take one of their catchphrases and kind of modify it for the situation. But Oliver Queen is the worst Spectre I've ever seen. Because this guy, okay, when I say the Spectre, to you, a comics fan,
yeah.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
God's right hand.
Yes, God's right hand.
Huge, overpowered,
all-powerful,
all-knowing, all-powerful,
omnipotent. just literally second to maybe only the presence. And maybe some other random entities in the DC universe, because God knows there's many omnipresent powers in the DC universe. But the thing is,
but he's the shiz, basically.
Basically,
God couldn't do it. It sent Spectre.
Yeah,
That's basically it.
You know what happens? You know what happens when like God is sitting up in heaven? He's just like, man, dude, these humans are wilding right now. But you know what the Spectre does? Spectre comes on. He's like Sam Jackson. He says, "Don't worry, God. I'm on the mother." That, like, literally, when God calls the Spectre down, that is the equivalent of calling the wolf.
Yep.
You are calling the wolf to come in and handle everything. And I don't understand. I mean, yeah, you could make the case of, well, maybe because Ollie's brand new. He doesn't really know.
But let's get back to Ryan Choi watching the YouTube video
Right.
taking out the shadow.
So basically, Oliver Queen did not watch the YouTube channel with the full breakdown and the tutorial telling you how to properly Spectre. Also, I want to blame Jim Corrigan, worst Spectre mentor ever, because clearly he sucked at his job if he got killed. And then now this show gets I'm done. Look, all you red pill, you want to be red pill, you anti-SJW every time y'all are out here crying, singing the blues, like literally doing the same thing that you accuse SJWs of. Crying and whining and screaming over some bullshit about, characters being made gay, characters being the race being changed. Here's the thing. I don't care about all that. What you and I care about, when the character themselves, the character of the characters is being assassinated. And I'm sorry, but I have wanted to see the Spectre on some sort of screen, big or small, for a long time.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, this ain't it.
It hasn't been there yet. It hasn't happened.
You know what? This is. So it's like when people ask you, like, "Hey, so you remember that Steel movie?" When people talk about like, when people talk about like, Black Panther, he's the first black Superman. Everybody's like, well, what about Steel? What about this guy?
What about Meteor Man?
Exactly. but here's my thing. That's now, like, I'm gonna give the Spectre in the Arrowverse the same treatment. I'm gonna be like, I don't remember that one.
It never happened.
The Blerd has no memory of this.
It's a blur. It's a blur. So yeah, as you can tell, we weren't a fan of Spectre.
No.
I was really upset that most of episode 4 comprised of them being trapped in the Speed Force, and Barry trying to find them. Now, we did get an awesome Easter egg.
Okay, you know what? Let's be positive. Let's be positive. Cool. Actually, can we be positive?
We can be positive.
Can we be positive? I actually thought that the Ezra Miller part, when I heard, because I actually saw it, I didn't see it when it was live. So I found out about it like because it was spoiled to me because I just
and I
happened
didn't
to be,
do it.
No, it was not Maria this time. Maria was not the.
I did it with charm. I didn't do it this.
But no, I was like, oh wow, they put Ezra Miller in the Arrowverse. That's really cool.
DCEU tie-in.
And I thought that it would suck. It was actually the best part of that. I'm actually going to say.
And then also, think about this.
Yeah.
Barry actually named the Flash because DCEU had never officially called him
that is
in
true.
Justice League movie The Flash. He was just a guy who went really fast. He even said, you don't know about Flashpoint. Basically, he was like, you don't know, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So Arrowverse Barry was basically like, oh, you haven't gone through what I've gone through yet. Like, man, your life's about to suck.
So wait, so now Barry is likely the reason why Ezra Miller went back and gave Batman that weird message.
I'm wondering if that scene is going to make it into the Flashpoint movie that they've confirmed with Ezra Miller.
It may.
It might.
Well, because they said it's not going to be Flashpoint as the fans know, which basically is a nice way of saying that it ain't Flashpoint.
Yeah, it's not.
But no,
it might be better than Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah, there you go. Well, no, but here's the thing I want to talk about though is just the fact that I like the fact that they both commented on each other's suits. Yep. They commented on things like little things about each other that was kind of like, oh wow, like Ezra Miller was like, dude, your suit looks so nice. It looks so much more breathable.
It's so breathable.
And like and then Grant Gustin, his version of Flash is like, he's like, oh wow, that looks really sturdy. Or I forget what it was exactly said.
It looks safe.
Yeah, it looks safe. That's what it was.
But now I love when he was like, what's your name, Barry? Whoa!
I thought that it was done really well for like something that was literally done. Because for those of you who don't know, they shot this after everything was done. Like basically, by the time Ezra Miller came along, by the time the Warner Bros. Was like, hey, we want you guys to include Ezra Miller in this. For those who don't know, there's a term when you are producing a film, editing a film, that they use called locked. And when they say something is locked, like something can be like soft locked, and then something can be like locked.
Right.
Soft lock means you could probably go back and add some shit in. When it's locked, that means it's done. It's a wrap. We ain't going back. Crisis on Infinite Earths was locked, and they went back and added this in. So I thought they did a really good job.
Because Warner Brother has more money.
Exactly.
They fund the DCE movie.
Warner Bros. Like, look, Warner Bros. Like, toss a coin to your Witcher.
I love the fact that Ezra Miller's Flash, or Barry's first impression was that Grant Gustin's Flash was cosplaying him.
Right.
Little breathable suit.
Call him cosplay Flash from now on.
Where'd you get that fabric from, boy?
Okay, so now we've talked positively.
Yes, that was
now
positive.
Can we talk about Bebo for a second? Okay, so Bebo. You and I, we both talked about this before, but okay. Bebo is a joke that only worked twice.
In Legends of Tomorrow, and barely worked the second time.
It did, and well, I think the way I described it earlier, if I can recapture this magic, was that the first time they dealt with Bebo in Legends of Tomorrow was like, that's so funny and so cute.
And the second time they formed Voltron as Bebo, but
it's like, oh,
and now it's like, why in the hell is there a giant? It was such a kind of, for me, an homage to the Marshmallow Man in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Dude, walking down the street. But they were like, when they said, oh, there's a crisis, they were like all in, I guess, the Arrow Cave or Arrowverse Cave, wherever they
wherever I don't even remember.
I don't even remember where they were.
Yeah, I think they were in the Arrow Cave.
Yeah, and they were like, oh my God, there's a threat. What are we gonna do? And I'm like, it's literally Bebo.
It's just Bebo. Okay, wait a minute.
I don't understand the problem.
Here's a question I have. At the time, you had a whole ass Adam. Was Flash there?
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I watched this once, and I've honestly been trying to block it out of my memory.
But I'm pretty sure, I know the Canary was there.
Yeah,
well, the other Canary.
Yeah.
Other Canary.
Oh, yeah.
Mad Dog was there.
Or Wild Dog.
Yeah, I call him Mad Dog.
Honestly, because he's always angry.
He's always angry.
That actually is more appropriate.
I don't know.
Diggle was there, of course.
Was there.
Yeah, Diggle was there.
But the Flash was there.
Supergirl was there, yeah. So, wait. So you mean to tell me you got a whole ass Supergirl and you can't beat Bebo? Dude, I'm done. Here. No, I'm done with this shit. I'm gonna go watch Avengers Endgame.
All right, so taking over the review.
I'm legally obligated. I'm in my own house. I can't leave.
Yeah, you really
you have a captive audience. But no, I'm done.
It's hard. It was very hard to stomach, and then we're actually not done with the crap that is Crisis. So I'm gonna talk about Number one, first of all, they focused entirely on characters that made no sense. When they were fighting Anti-Monitor, they had Ryan, who, you know, he is a scientist, and they had Pariah. What's his name? Nash.
That's Nash, but yeah, so Nash, he is, for all intents and purposes, Pariah.
So they had these two in Star Labs in Central City trying to work on engineering this micro bomb, a grenade. Where the hell was Cisco? The most powerful and smartest engineer.
Wait, did Cisco get vaped?
Cisco wasn't even in it.
No, but in like the last part, like when they
everybody got vaped.
Yeah, okay, so yeah.
But they're all back because Killer Frostbutt was in there.
That's right.
And don't get me started on this. Caitlyn is one, and I'm gonna say it, and you can be triggered by this. She is one of the most boring freaking characters in that whole freaking Arrowverse. Yeah. She is boring. Killer Frost is boring, and Caitlyn is boring. And for some reason, the actress, she knows somebody. She knows somebody. She is in the forefront of the flash.
Why? I have a question. Why was Black Lightning drugged into this? Because he didn't do a goddamn thing.
He was drugged.
Like literally.
They dragged him there. You know where he was. He's like, well, damn. Like, he had to come or he wouldn't get a seat at the end. we'll get to that
too. Like I said, and actually, matter of fact, we're going to run through this real quick because I see where we're at on time. But no, my whole beef with this is the fact that, okay, Black Lightning didn't have to be there. They could have left him out of this because he really served no purpose. He came in, he showed up, he did a little buzz, little bit of
the shadow grapes that we could have got Ryan Choi to come in.
Yeah, the Ryan Choi apparently could have pieced up by himself. He could have been solo dolo.
He just gonna hit him off.
Also, we had a whole ass Alex and a whole ass Diggle and a whole ass Wild Dog firing regular bullets and killing shadow demons. I'm done.
Oh, sweetie, they were firing guns at Anti-Monitor.
Yeah, dude, right?
We didn't have Killer Frost. We didn't have Black Lightning. He didn't bring his kids again because I guess his kids aren't allowed to come to any other cities except Freeman. They had to stay there. Nobody else was allowed in to fight Anti-Monitor, but you got. And this is what I keep telling you keeps happening. They keep throwing humans in the equation. They have a problem with this. I don't understand. These guns that they were shooting at Anti-Monitor, who has a force field, does not make sense to me.
No.
It makes
and
no
they see
sense.
it's not working. They see it's not working.
They still keep
and
running.
what do they keep doing? They're like, I guess I'm just gonna keep shooting. First off, I'm done. I'm done with the Arrowverse. I'm not watching. Like, if you ever ask me, like, hey, what'd you think of Flash? I didn't watch it. I'm done. I'm out.
I'm still watching it because some of it's like a train wreck, and I got to see where it goes. But
look, it is from now on. It is Black Lightning or bust. I'm done with it. I can't keep up with this shit. This was not fun. This was not fun to watch. Also, because we're pressed on time, I just want to go and get right to the thing that was basically the biggest you. To me, of anything, and bear in mind, I was ready to call the police of character assassination of multiple characters. You know what really was the biggest, middle finger to the audience?
What?
At the very end. Okay, so they're getting the Hall of Justice, and first off, there are people sitting there at that table that don't belong there, but that's neither here nor there. Then they're like, oh, the monkey got out.
Gleek.
Who cares about Gleek? Who cares about that stupid monkey?
I'm done.
And look, because I'm gonna tell you right now, unless the Wonder Twins are gonna show up, I don't care. And also, I do want to go ahead and point out, I really appreciate the fact that I'm gonna be positive again because I'm about to get real ugly. I just want to point out that I really appreciate they gave time for Marv Wolfman to come out and have a little cameo,
have a Stan Lee moment.
Yeah. It was not good. It was, and granted, I'm not blaming Marv Wolfman. He's not an actor. But someone maybe could have directed that scene a little better, maybe had it come off as a little bit less, oh, gee golly willikers, I'm meeting the Flash and Supergirl. I love seeing you two together. You've always been, shut the, I'm going to be polite because it's Marv Wolfman.
I'm sure that's
and I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure Marv was fed these lines. Mm-hmm. But no,
I am glad they had him in. I mean, since he was the writer.
Somebody else. There was somebody, not a cameo, but I think they referenced was a George Perez. I think got a reference somewhere
in there. I can't remember.
But yeah, I I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It was dumb. It was pointless. You know what it did? You know, those of you familiar with Family Guy, you will understand where I'm coming from with this. It insists upon itself. The entire crossover insists upon itself. And I don't have the time.
The writing was unnecessary after episode 3.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think 4 and 5 were even necessary.
It would have been more interesting to the Arrowverse as a whole if they ended it right there and then just had all the other shows have to come back and then pick up the thread from there.
Well, I just need to talk about really quickly. The thing that triggered me was the death of the Flash not happening, and then me thinking in 4 and 5, okay, something else might have happened to him because they built all of this up that Barry was gonna die, and I agree with whatever, a lot of people have been saying this, but I've always agreed with this. I thought it would be cool if they actually had killed him and had him trapped in the Speed Force and then found his way out, and then maybe he became the Black Flash for a while, or just something on that level. You know, it could have been, or maybe he went off to Limbo or to meet, hang out with Oliver and them while they were being Spectres, and then Spectre could have brought Barry back from the dead. So he really did sacrifice himself. He really did disintegrate. And then something led to him coming back. It never happened. Reverse Flash. There was no Reverse Flash. There was no Kid Flash. There was nobody else from any part of the Speed Force other than Ezra Miller in all of Crisis, which is insane. So all of that buildup that we had for that aspect of the Flash was just pointless. It was just pointless.
I had no hope for that at all. Once they had John Wesley Shipp take that L for Barry, I knew they were done with that plot there. So that I was like, you know what, I've already been upset about it. I'm not gonna be upset about it twice. But yeah, just know that it was not good. And if you didn't watch it, don't. Just don't.
Just watched I know Ernie doesn't really care for this one either, but Crisis on Earth X to me was what Crisis on Infinite Earth should have tried to be aspired to, because the action scenes in that were flipping amazing. I mean, and the plot actually carried forward. Unlike this is just all over the place.
I don't hate Crisis on Earth X. There's an aspect of Crisis on Earth X I don't like, and this is where they basically put the entire crossover on hold so that Alex and Sarah can bump uglies. And
you got to get it when you got to get it.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool. But you know what? I didn't need them to put the whole ass crossover. Literally, when they did that, when they shot that scene, you could literally hear the tires. Like I say all the time, you can hear the tires on the car, just come. All right, y'all can have sex now, and we will wait until you are finished before we put our foot back on the gas. That's what it was. This is basically what it was. That's my problem with Crisis.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have my.
But that's a minor problem in comparison to the entirety of the problem that is Crisis.
Yeah, Crisis, and I mean, I've already said what I had to say about Lex. His involvement in this was pointless. There was no reason to have him there other than to be the F-tard. So yeah,
it's done.
Call the cops.
Yeah, and you know what? You should probably call them too. I'm calling them right now. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. By the way, make sure you go check out Maria Approach the Nerd. Like I said, link is in the description in the comment below, probably pinned or somewhere in there. Y'all know how this works. But right now, I have something. I have to go take care of this. I'm sorry. Y'all have a nice evening. Be excellent to each other. Love you 3,000, all that stuff. I gotta call the police. Bye. Yes. I want to report. I want to report character assassination. Yes, I can describe it. Was the CW. Yeah, Greg Berlanti. Greg. I don't know how to spell Berlanti. Yes, I'll hold it.